Hello, what is going on, guys? I am Numbnexus, bringing you guys back another tier changes video for the Smogon singles format. It's been a while since we've gotten a tier change. I think the last one was about May, and I might be wrong with that, but I think that was the last one. I want to say maybe we had it in the summer. I really can't remember. There's been a few suspects, and so far none of them really gone through. So there's that. But we do have 3 mons that were changed. They were just changed without a doubt. You know, they didn't do any warnings. They just kind of changed these. And I actually realized it last night when I was streaming and I was playing Azelf in the UU tier last night, but it said OU, and I'm like, did Azelf just go up? So of course, if you guys are enjoying, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you already haven't, and I'd love to hear feedback on what you think on all these changes. But with that, let's sit down and discuss. Okay, so first thing we're talking about is Sawk, and it's the Sawk move from BL3 to RU. Quagsire moved from RU to NU, and Azelf moved from UU to OU. So essentially, all of them are going up, but Quagsire. So unfortunately, my guy Quagsire has been going down. He literally went from OU to RU to NU. I even think he went from UU to RU as well at one point too. But Quagsire has just been dropping down. And I know some people said that they put Quagsire up in there, I guess, to stop some mons from setting up Charizard or Zoomerl, but you know, they still dish out a lot of damage to him. And of course, he has Toxic Recover and Scald as well with Earthquake, but they still do a lot of damage to him. I guess he was just really good because he prevented the setup. Was number 1. He definitely prevented the setup since his ability is the Unaware ability, which basically it's pretending like the other Pokemon is completely ignoring its stat changes. So you can't set up on Quagsire Unaware, you know? But it just didn't seem like it worked out. It just seemed like there were better mons. Unaware Clefable, number 1, only having 2 weaknesses, and they're not even common weaknesses. Number 2, it's one of the best typings in the meta, if not the best. The best typing in the meta. In fact, Clefable is one of the best mons from OU. So many better options. I guess people chose in retrospect for that. So Quagsire has just been going down, and usually when a mon goes down like this, two reasons, and these 2 reasons kind of go in with one hand in hand. Number 1, usage, and the usage drops, right? Because rarely used, never used, overused, underused, they all go based off of usage. But sometimes some people start to think, why is this good mon going down? You know, the usage drops because they find something else that can do its job better. So Quagsire just had mons that did its job better. You know, in terms of Unaware, people could just use Unaware Clefable. And there's better water types to use too. So it just wasn't really cutting out for Quagsire, and he's been dropping like extremely. I know in the RU meta right now, Venusaur and Virizion are becoming much more apparent. Virizion's always been apparent, but especially Venusaur nowadays are becoming much more apparent now that Dugtrio is currently being suspected. So Venusaur's been jumping up, and that can also shut down Quagsire as well. Not to mention as well that Quagsire really can't do much to some mons. Like, his move pool really isn't that great, and he kind of gets shut down, of course, by Jellicent 100%. Since Jellicent could just Willow Hex and recover off anything that he wants to do. Jellicent also has Water Absorb, so he really can't do much to it. And once it's burned, the Earthquake isn't doing much to it. And sure, you could poison it. Sure, you could try and fight off a war like that, but it's not 1v1, it's 6v6. So unfortunately, Quagsire, it's not cutting out for him, and he's just dropping down more and more. And I haven't played NU like since the beginning of this year, so I don't know what's common in NU right now, but I'm assuming there's grass types down there as well, and there's other water types that can do its job better, to where Quagsire's usage may not be that apparent in NU. But I mean, I know before his usage in NU really wasn't that bad. You can stop a few mons within the NU. You can definitely try and get a Skull Burn, recover off most of their damage, and then kind of beat them. You know, kind of wear them down, beat them. So Quagsire, his usage in NU, I feel like NU is Quagsire's home, and I feel like he should definitely be there. You know, I'm kind of glad he's back there. He gets a little more love now, a little more in the limelight. But moving on to the next mon, now we're gonna have Azelf, one that I actually did not expect to move at all. Azelf has been UU for such a long time. The last time it was OU that I can remember was like 4th gen. I think it was in early 5th gen as well, or some points in times of the 5th gen meta. It was OU as well, but I know that it wasn't OU for like the longest in 6th gen. I think this is the first time it actually has jumped up to OU because of the buff that Ghost and Dark types got. Essentially, they just became stronger, number one. Things that resisted them, like Steel types, they're now neutral to them, so that also helped and aided into that, number two. Number three, Knockoff got a huge buff from base 15 to base 65, so with cop that with stab, cop that with an item boost as well, like Life Orb, Band, anything you want to put like that. The Dark Plate, I think it was Dread Plate. Like, Dark type has become such a good typing through the help of 6th gen meta, and Ghost type has become such an even better offensive typing to where before it Steel resisted it to where now it doesn't. It Steel is a very defensive typing to where once it loses something that resists it to become neutral, it's pretty huge. A mon that is so paper frail and weak to both of these, like, threatening offensive moves, you would think that it's not going to really jump up or, you know, such like that. But I mean, it did put up a lot of time inside of UU. It jumps up. I wonder why it actually jumped up. I think it's probably to couple with the fact that it's really fast and really strong. It's essentially a glass cannon, and mons like these can, like, they're really good wall breakers. And I know playing Azelf with that a lot is a really good wall breaker. Azelf has a lot of sets: Suicide, Focus Sash, Lead set, Hazard Support 3 attack set, Nasty Plot 3 attack set. Azelf is just a very good mon in terms. You can even do a mixed Azelf with Life Orb and run a really good wall breaker set. Azelf is a good wall breaker. Out of the 3 Lake Trios, he is indefinitely the best one. Yuxi is definitely the best one in terms of defense. And then Mesprit, well, there is no reason why you should ever choose Mesprit. Unfortunately, the one that's most important and relevant within the story of 4th gen, Mesprit, is actually the weakest of the 3 and the lowest tier of the 3, being an NU. But I mean, it's pretty good in NU. It's pretty common in NU. So, as of moving up, what will this do? Well, he'll be doing an extreme amount of damage. That's number one. Azelf is really fast and really powerful both in attack and special attack. So he should be doing a lot of damage. He can also be a really good wall breaker too. And I know stall is very annoying to fight within the OU meta, so I'm assuming he went up there to be a good stall breaker, because Azelf can definitely do that. His move pool is so wide as well. So when you have a Pokemon that's move pool is this wide and its attack and special attack are this, like, strong, as well as coupled with insane base 115 speed, that's faster than most of the mons in OU, being like 110. There's some threats in OU that are like 110. Latios, for example, if one of them. So, as well as the base 100 mons, the Mega Charizards. It definitely outspeeds a Metacham as well, Mega Metacham. A lot of these mons can outspeed. Hell, Landorus, but there's Scarf Landorus that exists, but when you run non-Scarf Landorus, it most definitely does outspeed, being a 91 base speed Lando T, which is going to give me OCD for life. Why he has 91 and not just 90, 95, or 100, I will never know. He's just going to be able to outspeed a lot of mons. He also speed ties a really fast mons in there too, like Raikou, or Raikou. Don't say Raikou. Don't Raikou, it's Ku. Raikou. Especially mons like those speed ties with. And just very fast. It can do so much damage. It's very fast. So for him to be put inside of a meta to where Stall could be a little annoying. Stall is actually very annoying to fight within the OU meta. It can do a lot of damage. It can do a lot of damage. And now moving on to our guy Sawk. He jumped up from BL3 to RU. Basically, I think BL3 was legitimately just RU as well, so like there isn't really much of a change within that. I'm pretty sure we're actually gonna look that up just in case I don't sound stupid. We're gonna look that up just in case I don't sound stupid, because I'm pretty sure BL3 was basically to where it's not allowed within the RU tier, but then at the same time is like, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm just gonna look at it just to be safe, so I don't look at stupido. Which it actually was. The only mod is BL3 at this current given moment is Sceptile. My poor Sceptile's alone now. But Sawk jumped up. Essentially, he was already RU, because BL3 is essentially to where you can't use it in UU, but then it's not strong enough to be in RU, so they put it within BL3. That's kind of the purpose of the borderline tiers, you know, because they're borderline. They're not good enough to be in this meta, but at the same time, they're too good to be in the meta below it. So, Sawk, the man that has been jumping up. he has just been rising in the tiers. The usage of Sawk has been going up. Amon coupled with extremely high attack stat. My guy Sawk has a base 125 attack stat, and when you are a very offensive typing, fighting is one of the best offensive typings in the game. He will be definitely dishing out a lot of damage. His HP is very good as well, being base 75. Really not that bad. It beats out a lot of other mons. I mean, 75 HP maxes out to like 354, so that is a lot of HP. His defenses really aren't the worst thing in the world too. They both stab, or they both stab? They both stay at 75 each with a base speed of 85. So really, his only bad stat is special attack, and that's not like bad. No one gives a shit about special Sawk. Like, you're not running special Sawk. You're not. And if you're running that, you're not my friend. I run Specs Focus Blast. I dare you. Unfortunately though, here's what kills my OCD again. I was talking about what was it? I was talking about somebody not Landers being at 91. My OCD again, Sawk being at 295 maxed out speed. That's timid nature. Or timid nature? Jolly nature. And the unfortunate part about that is that it peaks at 295. But I'm like, why could you not just give it 300? Because the base 100 mons max out at 328. So that's one thing that can hinder Sawk, because base 85 speed is not the world's like worst speed stat, but then it's also not the world's best. It could be very much better. If he was a base 100 speed, he would be able to outspeed so many threats, and that way you could be able to be running the scarfs, the banded set a little bit more. Because you run the banded set not more along to outspeed mons, but to dent holes. With that base 125 stab close combat, it's going to be doing a lot of damage, as well as knock off, one of the best moves in the game. So he can be dishing out a lot of damage, but what sucks about it is that he just could be faster. So again, there's other options into what people could choose. Of course, so he is too good to be an NU. When he was an NU, and I think this was when I was playing NU, he was just doing too much damage. Like, the switch-ins to banded Sawk were ridiculous. Mold Breaker Sawk is really good too. His abilities are really not that bad. He can't be flinched with inner focus, and that probably sounds stupid to you, but there's a priority move called Fake Out to where he can't be flinched, as well as hacks. A bunch of moves that could potentially flinch you as well. Dark Pulse, Air Slash, you know, things like that, but you will not appreciate an Air Slash. And then Sturdy is really good because you can literally run Banded Sturdy, guaranteed take any hit from anybody in any circumstance, and then dish out an insane move right back to revenge kill something with that banded close combat or any type of banded move, as well as in Mold Breaker to where it can completely ignore some levitating mons. And the nice thing about that is you can learn Earthquake, so most of the Rotoms that are levitating, yeet, you can hit them up with that banded Earthquake and they are falling, outside of the obvious, you know, Rotom Cut and Rotom Fan, which they can take Earthquake for days because one of them is immune still and the other one resists it. But Sawk does a lot of damage. His move pool really isn't that bad as well. It's decently wide, I want to say. It could be wider, but it's decently wide. He learns a lot of very interesting moves. Fire Punch, Poison Jab, Ice Punch, you know, Low Kick, Facade even, and for some reason Grass Knot. So his move pool really isn't that bad. Like, it's very interesting, if anything. And you can definitely run Sawk in multiple ways. Sawk overall is a really good Pokemon, but again, there are better fighting types you could just choose. In terms of dishing out more damage, people would definitely choose Sawk over Virizion. As well as Sawk can set up as well with Swords Dance. Sawk is just really, really good, you know? Like, his stats overall really aren't that bad. Sure, some of them could be better. He could be a little bulkier. He could be a little faster, but at the same time as well, I think he's fine. Some things could be better, so then I don't think he's fine. Some things could be better, but Sawk really isn't that bad. He dishes out a lot of damages in one thing, which is why a lot of people choose him. And he's also a very good wall breaker in terms of running the banded set. Very common set for Sawk are a Scarf set as well. I know some people have been crazy and have ran weakness policies 30 with Swords Dance or some shit like that, or what is it? Or I've seen some people run Salad Berries 30 or some shit like that, and then run up a Swords Dance and just run up on everybody. So Sawk really can do a lot of damage. He has a good move that he can learn, and it's decently wide enough to the point to where he can hit a lot of things that can come in, but at the same time, he can't quite hit everything. And that's Pokemon. We're locked into 4 moves. So, Sawk, Quagsire, Azumarill. I just woke up, so I'm making dumb mistakes like that. Azelf. All the blue mons moving up, except for my guy Quagsire. Shout out to my guy Quagsire. He ain't do nothing wrong. He just there. He just ugly. But that's really gonna be it though for this video, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think that all these moms should have moved up? Do you think Quagsire should have moved down? Do you think Azelf will rise in OU, or you think it will drop right back down? I think Sawk is gonna stay right where he's at, as well as Quagsire, but Azelf is the one where I'm not too sure if he'll stick around or not. But again, guys, thank you for watching. I am Numbnexus. I'm gonna get out of here. Goodbye.